So much for the duplicating a key. I mean, you know, you can duplicate a key in minutes, basically, but...
It's impossible for someone to bring a key to the gallery and make a copy!
Well, how does the... They weren't even talking about that. I was just talking about that while I was speculating, and then the game responded to me, the actual player of the game, speculating aloud. Pretty good. Pretty impressive. The Super TV PC, Jeff Levens. Let me put down the cover for a second. See if that's at all readable. The Super TV PC. Only game consoles no one has ever heard of on this channel.
But nowadays, sophisticated criminals can easily deceive security systems beforehand.
However, in today's world, the customer's already aware of the... Never heard of it, says Jeff. Good! Good! That means I'm adequately obscure. If you've heard of it, then why is it on this channel? How many bits is this thing, says Speculate? It's like 2003 or 2004. I would assume it's a 32-bit console.
They would probably investigate the security cameras and figure out how to disable them as well. But that alone isn't enough to rule out human involvement.
Well, we knew it was going to be a human. I think we all suspected that the culprit was going to be a human, but I get what you're attempting to say. Nothing more to see there. There's only one more object in this space.
There is a possibility.
There is a sense of atmosphere. Thanks, Google. Okay, and I have to click on it again already? What am I supposed to go, no, there's not a possibility. What are you talking about?
There is a small hole about 2 centimeters in size.
Ooh. Other than disagreeing on whether to write cm or centimeters, exact agreement. This music is awesome.
Could the key to the gallery's door pass through this hole? Let's borrow a key and try it out. Oops, I dropped your key. It is in the wall now. Is that somehow helpful? Miss, please lend me the key to the door. Hey!
Huh? Yep, should pre-translate that one.
There is a small hole here, yeah? I want to try to see if the key passes through this hole.
Alright, go ahead.
Sure. Sounds interesting, right? No, I disagree. Show me too! Behold, a key passes through a slot that is clearly much larger than the key. We've discovered the secret.
It fits. The key can be inserted from this hole into the lock.
That is not a correct translation. The key can be inserted through this hole. I think Google Translate did a little bit better there. It went through, right? A needless question mark. But so what? So what if it fits? Oh, I've apparently investigated this all I need to. Huh. Okay. If that fits through there, then, I mean, it's going to be something about, like, getting... Okay, so first of all, this is just the big version of the little, like, test story that it did, where the key got into the bedroom where the man was killed. But I don't see the, I don't see it yet. Do we further investigate the key? No. Do we... Oh, we can't actually. Okay, we can't go through there. Nothing to do with the couches. I was really thinking clicking the key would do something. The game is click things until one of the things does the thing. It's gonna be the last thing I click on. Well, my suspicion right now is the security camera, so I'm gonna click everything else before the security camera. What? I did fully investigate this, right? Yeah. Is there anywhere else I can click? I don't think there's a way to exit this mode. I think I have to actually figure the thing out. Oh, this empty shelf is investigatable. I didn't realize.
There was nothing on the shelf above where the key was placed. Why are there no books on the shelves above from here? Why would you not put books there?
I mean, there's only a key ring on this shelf, so clearly their use of shelf space is just generally problematic.
There is a plan to gather all the complete sets of art books and have them opened.
Okay, so it's this space is open so that we can collect more art books. Oh, apparently we did something.
In the event of a crime, this gallery would be in perfect condition with all 3 rooms open.
There are only 2 rooms. This would mean that the situation was completely unresolved in Japan at the time of the bombing. I mean, neither of these translations make any sense, but I suspect that ChatGPT is doing a little bit better. Oh no. Don't make me think. I don't want to think. Talk to the owner, talk to Miko. Which is actually Mikiko. I feel like it's going to be the owner, like the owner did it. So talk to the owner is confront the owner, but I don't know if I'm supposed to confront the owner yet, or I'm supposed to talk to Mikiko. It doesn't say confront. I'm gonna talk to the owner under the assumption that I'm confronting the owner. I mean, I've already talked to Mikiko plenty.
Hey, owner!
That feels like a polite way to speak to your elder.
This place is still the way it was when the owner came here after the painting was stolen, right?
Yeah, I haven't done anything since I came in here in the morning and found out the painting was stolen.
This morning, apparently. Oh, and this is again going to be owner and Mikiko, isn't it? Okay. I guess, well, I talked to the owner, so let's talk to Mikiko.
Hey, Mikiko!
Hey, miss.
What do you do when you're not committing felonies? Did you leave the gallery before the owner on the day the painting was stolen?
Yes, I did. That day I left earlier than usual.
Not suspicious at all. Why did you leave earlier than usual?
Did you always have your key with you? Was it not stolen only for a...
Oh, your key.
Was it not stolen only for a short period of time?
Someone stole my key and used it to steal into this gallery?
I don't think so.
You mean to say that afterwards they returned the key to me so I wouldn't notice, right?
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's what happened.
But I don't think there was a chance for that to happen. I went straight home that day, and I can't imagine a thief breaking into my house.
And I live in Fort Knox. Okay, let's talk to the owner again.
Hey, owner. Was the last person to leave the gallery...
Okay,
Was the last person to leave the gallery before the painting was stolen you?
That's right. Hey, I predicted Google Translate's translation. My current suspicion is that the owner stole it and then nothing. Just the owner did it.
Did you confirm that the painting was still there at the time?
Of course.
Did you confirm that you locked the door properly when you left the gallery?
I mean, it was certainly locked when he got back.
Of course, I always do that.
Well, I'm out of ideas, leaves. Suspect glad in chat. I haven't figured anything out, so bye.
Go, Teen Detective Squad!
On the day the painting was stolen, the entrance door was locked. The owner entered through the door using their own key, right?
I think it's gonna be that's right again. Yep. The problem is, like, why is it that nobody suspects the owner at all, given that the owner also has a key and was definitely the last one to see it and the first one to discover that it was, you know, stolen. Like, the owner almost that everything that applies to Mikiko also applies to the owner. But I guess, you know, because he's the owner, they suspect he can't possibly be the culprit.
Was the painting insured?
Yeah, there it is. There it is. If the painting is stolen, you get the insurance money and the painting.
You know about complicated things like insurance?
You know, insurance sure is complicated.
That painting had just been purchased and it
Wasn't insured. But that child had just been admitted and didn't have insurance. The painting was not insured. That surprises me a bit. Because that takes insurance fraud off the table.
So the owner won't profit from the painting being stolen.
I mean, in fairness, the game anticipated what I was thinking there. Let's talk to Makiko again.
Did you have any disputes with the owner before the painting was stolen? Was there any reason for them to blame you?
No, the owner and I got along very well before the painting was stolen. I can't think of any reason for them to blame me.
I can't think of any reason why I would be jealous. I mean, given the only option we have is which one to talk to, this is just like the story revealing itself. Look, this was not going to be an action-adventure game. Y'all should have known what you were getting into.
Hey sis, is the key to the front door always kept on that shelf?
Usually, yes. Usually.
Do you want the owner know if anyone else is aware of that?
Do other people know about this, sister or owner?
I think the regular visitors who come to the gallery often would know, yes!
I think that if you're a regular customer, you know. So regular customers would probably know that the key is there.
Do the visitors often also come into this office?
Do customers also enter this self-booking? Yes.
Hey, maybe. Do you think it's possible that someone switched the key with a different one and took the key to the gallery?
Probably took the key from the gallery.
Hey, you're clever to come up with such a thing!
Oh, you're so smart.
But you know, right after we realized the painting was stolen,
They checked the key.
the police confirmed that the key was the real gallery key.
I mean, they could have duplicated the key while they were eating a bit. They could have... Oh, they could have swapped the key, duplicated it, then swapped the duplicated key back. Like, this could have been a long time. I mean, the painting was there for 10 years.
If the thief had took the gallery key, there was no chance of getting it back, right?
That's right!
We need to talk to a key cutter.
And besides, the Vat Gallery key had just been replaced with the
Latest model a few days before the painting was stolen. Huh. Okay, so much for the time for like duplicating a key. I mean, you know, you can duplicate a key in minutes basically, but
It's impossible for someone to bring a key to the gallery and make a copy!
well, how does the... They weren't even talking about that. I was just talking about that while I was speculating, and then the game responded to me, the actual player of the game, speculating aloud. Pretty good. Pretty impressive. Let's talk to the owner again.
Did you keep your key all the time? The owner is P! It may have been stolen only for a short period of time or something like that.
I understand what you're trying to say. After the thief stole my key and then stole the painting without me noticing, and then...
Yeah. Puts the key back.
Isn't it possible the thief returned it to my pocket without me knowing? That's not possible. That person went straight home. There was no chance for the stolen key to be returned.
That person being you? Talking to Makiko again.
There's no need to ask Mikiko-san any more than this!
Okay, we're done with her, apparently. This part, like, this could have just been dialogue, and they gave you the slightest bit of an option just to suggest that you are in some way playing a video game.
Even on the day the real gallery key was stolen, when the owner came to the gallery, it was still there, right?
The string that the key fob had stolen from the shelf was still there when the owner came to the store later. Google's just doing poetry. Oops. All mistakes all the time. Who made this game, asks Specklad. Satan.
Ah, that's right.
Is there a quick way for me to find out? Not really. Maybe we'll remember to check later, but we won't. We won't remember to check later.
Did the owner have a fight with Mikiko-san before the painting was stolen?
No, they were happy. They liked each other.
No, there was no such thing before the painting was stolen.
Oh, we're ready. Now it's gonna be like, okay, to do the first word of the you know, saying who it was.
With this, we pretty much grasped the situation.
Now I have a general idea of the situation.
God, all the music in this. Why is the music so good?
I figured out the trick and caught the culprit. Me! Really? You're an idiot.
Mitsuhiro. Amazing, huh?
How did you do it? Tell me! I got the culprit. It was me, suspect chat. I figured it out. I'm the criminal. Well, calm down. I'll explain it in order, but probably not. Earlier, when Conan passed through the ventilation hole... Wow, Conan's like a mouse or something. It went through correctly, right? Just now, when Conan entered the hole in the aquarium with the key, he got through without any problems. That's the key point, as in the point about the key. The culprit took the key that was left in this locker, on that keychain, left the shop, locked the door, and then... There was no sign of the door being picked, though. They passed through the ventilation hole and returned the key to the locker. Yep, they just slipped right through that 2-centimeter hole. The new serum that transforms Conan into a rat, says Master Dragon in chat. Or, you know, whoever the culprit was. Smaller than a rat, really.
But the key was originally left in the gallery, right?
As in, it was on the shelf, not just on the ground or something. Just passing through that hole wouldn't make sense. But remember the thing we did earlier? You don't get it. That's the trick. Today, didn't I present the mystery of the triple murder case at the park? No, you did not. You did not do that. That is not a thing that you did. At the park, you brought up a murder mystery, yes. It's the same method as that one. Wow, how convenient that we got a case in the real world that exactly matches something you saw in a magazine. After the culprit, or that's right, in a waterboarding magazine. After the culprit stole the painting, they first passed a long thread through the key and hugged the thread somewhere. They left the thread connected to the key through the ventilation hole from the inside to the outside. I left the thread and the key outside the hole in the building. Then they locked the door when leaving the room, and next they pulled the thread connected to the key from outside to the ventilation hole. When pulling the thread, the key gradually rose to the top of the gallery, well, onto that shelf. Carried to the top of the shelf, yeah. The problem is that there would be some sign of whatever object they looped it around. There would have to be something there. It was the lamp in the other story. And once the key reached the top of the gallery, the top of the shelf of the gallery, they only pulled the thread in the opposite direction. They then the thread could be detached from the key and retrieved. Whoop. Seems incredibly unlikely.
Wait a moment. The key was connected to a large
pirate-like ring with a chain. One of those pirate-like rings, you know. So the ring was too big.
That ring can't pass through, right? The key can pass through the hole, though. Indeed, what Aichi said might be correct.
A large Sonic-like ring, says Speculated Chat. I agree. Pirate-like ring? No, I don't even know what that means. Right, we need to come up with a trick to deal with that. What kind of trick is that? What trick, I think? I don't know. That is... Is it Conan's turn now?
Moreover, while it may be possible to enter through a hole when leaving a room, how did they enter through a lock when entering the room? Yeah, how did they get in the first place?
And even if it was smooth sailing when you left the building, how'd you get in? Actually, Google Translate, even though it's a little bit weirdly colloquial, I feel like that's a better translation.
The key was located on the main shelf of the locker in the locker room. Locker.
That is also part of the trick.
This music,
What kind of trick is it? So, the gameplay of this is 5 seconds of point and click followed by 40 plus minutes of dialogue. Ask Master Dragon in chat. Yes? How dare you think about complaining about that fact? This is,
It's completely useless, Mitsuhiko.
That is, Mitsuhiko is completely useless. I agree.
Indeed, Mitsuhiko's entrance is not working as planned.
Certainly Mitsuhiko's water is not possible. Mitch actually is pretty useless, says Erdrick in chat. You mean Mitsuhiko.
But the most absurd part is that the key was connected to a pirate-like ring.
What do you mean pirate-like? Why is it a pirate-like ring now? What does that mean? Mouse Cursor's having a fit.
It's not about how they entered through the lock.
It's not about what happened when you first got married.
That is.
Oh, now it's time. Okay. Time for us to get clever. What do we think happened? Because I don't frickin' know. Perception, main shelf, thread. A citron? A citron. I think it has something to do with the shelf. Like the fact that the upper shelf is empty, the middle shelf had the key on it. And like the fact that there was nothing to loop a thread through on the shelf. I don't think the thread, the thread is obviously misdirection. I wish I knew what it was actually saying for perception or a citron. Because whatever number 1 is, it's probably going to be the correct answer, and I just don't know what the hell it says. The OCR... Oh, yeah, the OCR is definitely wrong. Yeah. Unfortunately, with the OCR being wrong, there's not really a lot I can do about that. Let me, see if I can make it now. Okay, so whatever the first one is, I don't even get to know. The third one is obviously nonsense, so I'm going with the second one. Oh my god, I was right! I did think it had something to do with the fact that, like, there's an empty shelf, and what were you going to loop it around on the shelf anyway?
That's right, it's about the state of the shelf.
Yeah, exactly this, yeah.
In the quiz Mitsuhiko presented at the park, there was a stand near the location where the key was placed.
So, we're not even actually solving the case right now, we're just explaining why Mitsuhiko is an idiot.
The culprit tied the thread to the stand and hung the key near the stand. That's what happened. However, in this case, there was no place near the main shelf where the key was placed where a thread could be tied.
Yep, that is precisely what I said. I'm as smart as Conan the Barbarian.
With this, it is impossible to lift the key onto the main shelf by tying a thread somewhere and pulling it from outside.
Yep, I agree.
How did the culprit do it? I wonder. What on earth happened to Hanin? First, let's confirm what we have learned so far. Mikiko is an idiot. That I have learned. First, we have Mitsuko-san, who is currently suspected as the culprit,
who is now being praised as a 20-year-old woman.
Now that we have investigated Mitsuko-san's possibility as a suspect, it seems unlikely. In the first place, the reason why we think Mitsuko-san is not the culprit is...
Well, there was the fact that why would she make it look like she... a hole in the ocean. There is a hole in the ocean. 3 rooms, door key, people. I think door key. I think the very fact that she had a key. Oh no, I'm wrong!
It's not 1, it's 3. It's not the people, it's the mismatch. All of this translation is horrendous. Game over, start from the beginning, suspect that. No!